rational exponents. Okay, write down the first example. We need to simplify x squared plus 10x plus 25 over x squared plus 9x plus 20. Write that down. In order to simplify these, you have to factor them completely. So we know how to factor x squared plus 10x plus 25 factors to x plus 5, x plus 5. X squared plus 9x plus 20 factors to x plus 5, x plus 4. Correct?
Yeah.
And these two divide out, leaving us with x plus 5 over x plus 4. Okay. Now the next part of the question, can I scroll down yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the next part of the question asks you to state any restrictions. We've talked about restrictions before. What are restrictions?
What x can't equal.
Right. And how do you figure that out? Anybody remember?
Whatever
Your denominator can never equal what?
Zero.
Zero. So in this case, x could not equal negative 5 or negative 4. You got to look all the way throughout the problem. You don't just get the answer from the final result. You get it from the beginning to the end. So my restrictions would be x cannot equal negative 5 or negative 4. Okay? Next problem. Simplify 2x squared plus 7x plus 3 over x minus 4 times x squared minus 16 over x squared plus 8x plus 15. And we do that. We also got to factor all those polynomials. So this is how I factored 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. There were two different methods I showed you in factoring something with a leading coefficient of a number other than 1. One was guessing and checking, which is what I did here. It's easy to guess and check here because there's only one way to get 2. 2 times 1. There's only one way to get 3. 3 times 1. So you just got to make sure you plug them into the right place. So I guessed 2x plus 1 and x plus 3 and checked it with FOIL, which came out to be right. Because you get 2x squared here, plus 6x plus 1x is my 7x, and then plus 3. Okay?
But can you just do it the long way?
Yeah, if you do it the long way, you do a times c, which is 2 times 3, which is 6. List all the factors of 6. Pick out the set of factors that add to give you 7. And we can come back to that in a second. This right here falls into the difference of squares. X plus 4, x minus 4. And this is easy because your leading coefficient is 1. So these two numbers have to multiply to give you this and add to give you this. That's where I get the x plus 5 and the x plus 3 from. Alright, any questions on the factoring part? And then from there you just divide out the common factors. X minus 4 divides out with x minus 4. X plus 3 divides out with x plus 3. Your final answer is 2x plus 1 times x plus 4 over x plus 5.
You don't have to FOIL that. Yeah.
You can, but you don't have to, no. Probably better to leave it in factored form because we start in standard form and then from there we go to factor form. That's how we tell if things divide out or not. Now what are my restrictions here?
Negative 5 and negative 3.
X cannot equal negative 5, x cannot equal negative 3, x cannot equal 4. So you have 3 restrictions.
Which one is the difference of squares?
X squared minus 16.
So it's x minus 4, that one?
Yeah.
Thing.
Okay, so here are my restrictions. X cannot equal 4, x cannot equal negative 5, x cannot equal negative 3. And next, simplify 4 minus x over 3x plus 2. X minus 2 divided by 5, x minus 4 over x minus 2, 7y minus 5. In order to divide fractions, you have to change it to a multiplication problem. How do you change it to a multiplication problem?
Multiply by the reciprocal.
Take the reciprocal of the second one, which I did in the first step. And then all I did was divide out the common factors like we did in the previous example. And there was only one common factor, x minus 2, in this problem. To start with, actually, don't divide out 4 minus x and x minus 4. They're not the same. But if I rearrange this, I can get them to be the same. So what I did, I took 4 minus x, and just rewrote it as negative x plus 4. Those are the same, right? Agreed? But this factor is still not the same as this. But if I take a negative out of here, I'm left with negative parentheses x minus 4. Now they can divide out. You see that? So my final answer should be negative 7y minus 5 over 15x plus 10. Let me show that to you. There's your final answer. Negative 7y minus 5 over 15x plus 10. If you want to leave it as 5 times 3x plus 2, that's fine. That's what you just asked on the last problem, see now.
It'd
Either
be,
way.
negative 7 plus 5 too.
Yeah, you can do that. Alright, does everybody understand how I got to there? Your restrictions, again, you look all throughout the denominators. So for, at the beginning, the original problem, from here, I know x cannot equal what? From this one?
2/3.
Negative 2/3. What about here?
2.
Positive 2. Positive 2 again, you don't have to state it again. What about y? Y cannot be what?
5 over 7.
5/7. Then after I flipped it, what about here?
4.
X cannot equal 4. So you have 4 restrictions, and they are listed here. X cannot equal negative 2/3, X cannot equal 2, Y cannot equal 5/7, and Y cannot equal 4.
Did you say state a restriction in 15x plus 10? Or?
Yeah, but 15x plus 10 is the same thing as 5 times 3x plus 2, so it's still right here, negative 2/3.
Okay.